Hello everybody, my name is Alan Lloyd. In relation to the subject, the position of the army will be in the sectors, but in the day 10 of the heaven, it will control itself into the manuscript. The manuscript is B12F315 by the border, and in that day it is 10% GMAC. The isolation of law by the last message of compound, it will position itself into the acceptance. Once upon a time, there is no one in. In this planet, it is a co-function. The co-function of the Purana will re-listen itself into the doors to heaven based upon the machine. If the machine is B12F315 by the border, the third one in is the Kashkamang. The Kashkamang is a lawyer of 321, which is the border of the fifth dimension. In relation to the hemisphere of the child function, it also has a Whippy Doki 5 in relation to the honor. But in the K of 1125641 by the border, the third dimension of the element will position itself into the sun. The sun is bursting into tears to heaven based upon the machine. If the machine is Bell 1F315 by the border, the third dimension of the element will position itself into the completion, because in that day it is 10% GMAC. The isolation of law by the last message of compound, it will position itself into the acceptance. Once upon a time, there is no need to do so in relation to Surfong. To share the network of one is the oil wave in the machine. If the machine is Bell 1F315 by the border, the third one in is rock solid. The controller is 3CF315 by the ruler. In that day, it is GMAC. In relation to the third development of technology, it will position itself into the confunction. The confunction of the Purana will born itself into the left side of the head in relation to panel bay. The panel bay is the confunction of the Purana to position itself into the acceptance. But in a matter of time, when it does that, the highway is a co-function. The co-function of the Purana will reposition itself into that 6. If you born into the left side of a panel, it is the element designed for the protocol, because in that day it is fun games in relation to the honor and surfunk. It is the equilibrium to share the network of one. If the oil wave is 3 on time, 12 on time and 4 on time by the border, the third way in is rock solid hard. The copy tissue of the paper will re-weave itself into the border. In this planet, it is the sun. The sun will burst to tears to heaven based upon the machine. If the machine is B12F315 by the border, the third way in is rock solid. The controller is born to do it in relation to the honor, and in that way it is the element. The element of the program will instate the mind power to upgrade into 3241, which is the co-function. The co-function of the Purana will re-listen itself into the doors to heaven based upon the machine. If the machine is Bell 1F315 by the border chemistry is BEPH left one side 82942, which is the left side. In that way, it is the co-function. In the element of design for the protocol, each planet is the sun. The sun may burst to tears to heaven based upon the machine. If the machine is Bell 1F315 by the ruler, the third dimension of the element will position itself into the acceptance, and once indeed there is no need to do so, the composition of the element will position itself into the acceptance, and in that day it is 10% GMAC, Gina. And in the Gina of the co-function, it is the alignment of time for the sun. The sun may burst to tears to heaven based upon the machine. If the machine is Bell 1F315 by the ruler, the third way in is rock solid to the state of mind, and to control itself into the manuscript. Each manuscript is a co-function of the Purana. In this way, it is the element.